There had been a lot of young people parties in the house, and the house kind of reflected that. In fact, when I first bought my house, someone who I worked with, I was telling them about the neighborhood I lived in, and they said, "Oh, wait, your house is here, is it this, is it that?" And they said, "Oh, I went to a party at your house. It was a Halloween party, and the theme was Blair Witch, and they had stapled corn stalks up against every wall on the main floor." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds about what like my house was like when I moved in." I'm ready to run my mouth about my house.
Awesome. Love to hear that.
My name is Brent Kumor.
Awesome. And how old are you?
I just turned 50 in January.
Awesome. Cool. How long have you lived in this house?
I bought this house in September of 2005, so I've lived here almost 17 years.
Awesome. So how old would you have been when you bought the house then?
I was 33.
Okay, cool.
Everything that you see right here, this was the first room in my house that I finished. All of this, the woodwork around the ceiling, and then this woodwork around the door here is woodwork that I purchased myself, and I stained it in a way that would match the original color of these doors, which I think are one of the only original things of the house that are left. I can tell you that in order to get that color of stain on the woodwork, you start with a base of colonial maple, you cover that with a coat of red oak, and then you finish with a Bombay mahogany gloss. And those three colors together will get you the vintage look of the original doors in this house. I have renovated this house a lot since I moved in. It has a new roof, it has new gutters, it has all new windows on the main floor, it has a new front door, I refinished the floors, I have had the upstairs bathroom completely redone. I have painted pretty much everything. I've also refinished a lot of woodwork, so it's been a lot over the last 17 years. 100% all the renovations I've done have just have made it feel more comfortable. The cool thing about owning a home is that you don't have to ask anybody's permission, and everything that you can do is exactly what you want to do, so that makes it a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see. One cool thing about my backyard, when I first bought this house and it was a rental, the backyard was where people parked. Because in 2005, you could not park on between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So people would drive their cars back, and there was a kind of like a little layer of gravel back here, and it was a lot of weeds. So since I bought the house, I've added a lot of flowers and made things comfortable. So
it's beautiful out here, and looks like something that looks like it maybe needs a lot of maintenance.
Yes, there's always something going on. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because since I knew I'd be talking about the house, I was thinking about what even pushed me toward a house in the first place, and I think that one interesting thing that we kind of take for granted now is that like Omaha didn't add sexual orientation to their non-discrimination policy until 2012. So like back in the day, there was always sort of this feeling in the back of my head and in the back of other people's heads is like, I mean, when you're renting someone else's place, like what would your landlord do if they found out you were gay? You know what I mean? Like you could get kicked out of places that you're renting, or if you're living in a big apartment building, how are your neighbors going to feel about you being gay? I mean, I know that back in the day, I had some friends where it was a party in someone's apartment, and you know, the way drunk young people do at a party, you go out into the hallway and start flirting with someone that you like. And then there was one time where, you know, some neighbors came and they saw two dudes making out, and things happened that weren't really great. So like there's always kind of that like feeling of safety. And so one cool thing about owning your house is that there's that one Taylor Swift song where she goes, this is our house and we make the rules. Like there's that line in the song. So like I think when you're part of the queer community, owning your house is kind of an important factor in feeling safe. You know, like you know that like you can invite your friends over, you can kind of do what you want, and you know that no one's going to be kicking you out. So like that's I don't know, that was definitely at least a factor for me. Like it was great to have my own place to feel, you know, better about myself. When it comes to maybe like the neighborhood that I live in, or the condition of my house, or the type of furniture that I have, or you know, if my kitchen has all of the most updated appliances or not, that doesn't really cross my mind, because I figure, you know, in life we will always be judged, and our only reaction can be how we feel about it. So I've gotten to that point in my life where I feel pretty confident. And what people think of me, like of this house in the big picture, just doesn't really impact me a lot.
Okay. So you're saying that because you feel comfortable here, that's all you need. And other people can judge, but you know what you like the most about it.
That is a really great way to put it. Yep.
All right.
Or at least in general, I think we take our cues from the people that we are with. And that applies to a lot of things. Like, when we are confident in ourselves, I think that shows, and I think that people can pick up on that. And I think that when people come over to my house, hopefully people pick up on the fact that I really enjoy living here, and I'm proud of my house, and I think that kind of comes through. So, yeah.